we're going to move right into our very first presentation. It's going to be Slim Baltagi, who is the CTO and VP of the Cloud Data Practice at Logan Britton. He's based in Chicago, where he advises customers on modern cloud data platforms. He is an industry thought leader with a network of over 30,000 followers. So he's been working at this for a little while. His presentation topic today is going to be 5 Snowflake features to drive your business forward. So with that, I will turn it over to Slim. You can take control.
Yeah, hello everybody. Let me make sure that you see my slides.
That's perfect, Slim.
Thank you. Yeah, I would like to say thank you to Ken, to Angie, and to Elsa. There is a lot of work going behind. It's not the slides is the result of a lot of collaboration. So that's not a one-man show by any means. So the subject of today is Snowflake feature. So although the initial title was 5, so when you dig deep, you will find more. But obviously, with the time constraints, 25 minutes, you cannot cover all of them. So the idea here, this topic is very dear to me because it's not just the technical aspect of Snowflake that people want to learn, but also the business aspect of it. Very recently, actually, I was actually talking with a client slash prospect, existing client, but Snowflake's prospect. He's a CIO of a major retailer in Southern California. And what he said, guys, could you share more about the business? That was his first question. While we thought that we did an excellent job showing how we can move him from his legacy data warehouse to Snowflake and all the values. Another example, very briefly, is that major company in Boston, Massachusetts, they already bought Snowflake. So for almost a year now, they are a client of ours for other aspect of data analytics, not Snowflake. So we are now talking to them. Definitely there is many reasons why they did not consume Snowflake that much during all this year. But the idea here, part of it is so to show more of a business value and the use case. So that was actually a long introduction for the talk. Don't worry, actually, the slides will be somehow heavy, but I won't be reading slides or going through every single one of them. That's my style. I prefer that you guys, when you get the slides, you won't just see a bunch of bullets, but you have, obviously that works when you have the video recording along the slides, but sometimes you don't have that chance, so you have some text. So today, actually, I already shared a couple of motivation with the real clients slash prospects. I will share a couple more, and then I will share with you the 5 stages of the business life cycle. So there is nothing actually new about this. If you open any corporate finance book or go through a 101 finance course, you will see them. So, but what's unique actually, and we are proud to say this with all modesty, is that we are linking this the business life cycle with Snowflake. And as a result, we'll show that Snowflake not only can help you at every stage of your business life cycle, not just from overcoming challenges, but also benefiting from newer business opportunity. So that's my contract to you. That's what I promised to deliver here. I will try actually to cover most of the topics so that we have time for a few questions. So a couple more motivation of this talk. You know what, since we were actually, we got the order of staying at home, and I'm still doing it here in Chicago, Illinois, I noticed something. For example, there is an average of 2 webinars a day about Snowflake. I have these details on my own laptop. one of my hobbies is collecting everything that I can come across about Snowflake since it came out about in around October 2014, right? So the couple things, additional ones, is that usually a data warehouse is for to provide some business value, right? For example, helping the business with more informed decision about their product and services, or also to understand their customer in the marketplace. So unfortunately, we are seeing more technical resources and less business. So this is a smart contribution, but I'm seeing also the community sharing more and more about this. So the idea here, the better understanding of Snowflake business will help increase its adoption and consumption, as we saw. Throughout this talk, Snowflake for us obviously is not a data warehouse. It started as a data warehouse, and it evolved, as Benoit was sharing, into multi-cloud global cloud data platform. So that's the context, right? I'm sharing a link to one of the articles. I invite you to get involved in the community, the community.snowflake.com. So you can search about this article. So it's basically in under 36 minutes, you can get a very good idea about Snowflake as a cloud data platform for the many use cases and workload that it's supporting. And they are all short videos that I collated. So the Snowflake created them. All I did is just putting them under one slide. So the five stages of the business life cycle, thanks to my daughter who helped me with these icons. They are not very polished, but that's a start, right? So there is the launch, the growth, shakeout, maturity, and the last one is a renewal or decline. So give or take, so people might say 6, they can go more granularity about the launch, so they will have idea first, ideation. Anyway, so that's the main things. Obviously, throughout these stages, there will be business challenges and business opportunity. You can see this graph in any corporate finance book. So on the horizontal axis, that's the time. So as the business is going through these phases throughout the years, and the vertical axis is dollars, so money. You can use different actually financial metrics such as sales, cash, profit, and we won't actually go through all these details now. Our focus is to extract what's the main challenge in every single phase and how Snowflake can help. That's why actually, as I said, this slide is heavy. That's for your use later. But if I focus on the challenge in every phase, I don't think anybody will argue that the major challenge in the launch of a product and service, we are not talking about the launch of the company itself, right? So, but part of it is that the company will provide a product or service, even if it was in existence for 100 years. So now the question is how Snowflake can help. So nobody will deny that the major challenge is upfront costs are high. When the company grow, obviously the main challenge is that we are getting increasing demand for these products and services. In the period of shakeout, so you'll see new competitor entering in the marketplace, and the competition can become fierce. While the company is maturing, we are seeing some type of stagnation here, and in this maturity, so some company might grow and acquire others, right? And they need to be be aware or be careful that they might get into a decline phase. So they need to refresh their growth and innovate. So we'll see how Snowflake can help with this innovation. So this is actually, I will say, this is the meat of this topic. We already spent 10 minutes on half of this presentation. So you will see that, as I said, as they promised in the beginning, we won't go through every single one of them. So here, the main question during these business phases, right? These business life cycle, be it the launch or the growth or the checkout, maturity, renewal, or decline, we just saw the challenges, right? How Snowflake actually will be helping. You might say these guys throwing all type of feature of Snowflake, cloud service, pay as you go. So there is ton of them. I will tell you actually, let's go deep into this, right? So let's consider the launch phase, right? Obviously it's characterized by high upfront cost. So how Snowflake can help you in this case while you are actually launching your product or service? We all know that Snowflake is cloud service, right? So no need of provisioning and maintaining infrastructure, no need yeah, no need actually of having dedicated resources for maintenance. So we all know, but what's different here, we are talking about these aspects in the context of launch and the context of launch phase and the context of one major challenge. I would say the pay-as-you-go billing model, although it's mainly related to lowering the upfront cost, nobody will deny that, and it will cut the lengthy procurement process. But I think it's good to think, right, in the launch phase, sometimes you're not very sure about what will make it as your final product or services, and you are basically in experimenting phases, and which comes with a lot of business risk, right? What for me actually is very important that Snowflake help me as a business, right? Experiment with new idea. I think this is wonderful. This is wonderful to think it's not just related to the cost, right? Other things, I will briefly go through them. Even the fact of saying that Snowflake supports ANSI SQL, it doesn't need to.
Hey, Slim, we lost your audio. Slim, you muted yourself. Yeah, your mic is still not picking up. Hey, Slim. I don't think you can tell. We can't hear you. You are muted. We have not been able to hear you for a few slides. Yeah, you're showing unmuted now, but I still can't hear you. Nope. Seems like your microphone turned off.
Hey, Slim. Slim, if you can hear me, we can't hear you. If you could disconnect your mic.
Sorry about that, folks. Slim seems to be having a little technical difficulty there with his microphone. We weren't able to hear you, Slim. And is your microphone picking up now? All right, how about a test there, Slim, to see if we can still hear you again. Well, we still can't hear you, Slim. Again, sorry for that, folks. I'm trying to figure out what is wrong with Slim's microphone right now. All right, there he is. He's still talking. Hey, Slim. We can't hear you. Your microphone is not working.
Would it be possible for you to just maybe take your headset off entirely and just try the computer audio? Otherwise, we'll probably need to move on to the next presenter.
I just sent him a note, so hopefully he sees that. Looks like maybe he's seeing the note now. There we go.
Hello?
Right. Yeah,
Do you hear me now?
Now we can hear you. Yes.
Oh, very sorry. Actually, I did not see the comment. I saw you speaking, but I cannot hear you. Yeah, very sorry for this technical glitch. I don't know what happened. Yeah, so yeah, I will briefly go back actually to where we left and maybe speed up a little bit. So this way we can have time for few questions. So
Thanks,
let me
Slim.
share my screen again. So guys, do you can please confirm that you are seeing my screen again? So
yep.
we avoid any surprise.
I can see
Very
your
good.
screen and hear you.
Thank you again. So what's happening actually here? We are talking that during the maturity phase, so a business might be looking for new revenues. So part of it is leveraging the marketplace, because here that allows you to monetize your data and also allows you to be as a consumer, get more data and be creative in joining it with your existing data. So the other last phase is renewal or decline. So it's all about innovation. So that's the thing that you need actually to make sure, otherwise you are running into the risk of decline. And so how Snowflake actually help you, so you see the cycle now, full cycle back to that pay-as-you-go billing model, because you can experiment with Snowflake and you can create data application, you can roll them out or shut them down if they are not successful. The other thing, as we saw, remember in my contract with you at the beginning, I said always keep throughout this talk considering Snowflake as more of a data platform and not just a data warehouse. So with that, you can build data application on Snowflake, and Snowflake will be the backbone for your this type of data intensive application. You can also use advanced analytics and get actually new revenues. Remember Benoit was mentioning that Snowflake indeed was evolving to multi-cloud and even a global now single data platform. This is all beautiful, but from a business perspective, think about that, how this can open doors for you to offer your service in international markets. So basically, originally you might be focusing on a specific country, and as we all know, there are regulations, right, where the data cannot move freely and needs to be at a specific cloud data center. So that's the type of opportunities that is for you. So this diagram summarizes that Snowflake actually can help you, see the arrow, can help you in all these phases, be it the launch, the growth, shakeout, maturity, or the renewal and decline. So far, we were focusing only on the on the challenges, right? Remember the upfront cost, the fast growth, the new competition, the need of doing a merge and merge with another company or acquisition, and the innovation that needs to happen during the renewal phase. And we showed how Snowflake can help us in every single one of these stages. So the question now here, does Snowflake help with also the business opportunity? The answer is yes, right? Now, during this COVID-19 pandemic, you can actually consider that there is at the same time business challenge and business opportunities. It's very actually inspiring to see that even during these very challenging times, companies actually, maybe you can do free marketing for them, Star Schema, right? So they put all the aggregated, all data related to COVID-19 and with the help of Tableau. And you see, as for example, that graph from dashboards from Johns Hopkins University and others, they are leveraging this data and this technology to show actually, and the word, when Benoit said how the world is becoming more and more data driven, you see this is a concrete example, right? And in these very challenging times. So what we are saying, there are companies who are creatively accessing these multiple data sets and they're joining them for their own, with their own data for deeper insights. Say, for example, you are retail, so you have your own supply chain data. When you merge this with actually how the coronavirus is spreading throughout actually, let's say, the nation here in the US, and also with the weather data, you can come with the deeper insights. This wasn't available in the past, obviously, so you see how Snowflake can help. Now, when it comes to your own business, I am actually, I will recommend actually that you need to think, analyze, assess where you are actually, where you would like to go, and let's together have that conversation when we can discuss how Snowflake can take you where you would like to be and how it can help you in any stage of your business life. So with this, actually, I hopefully we have a few minutes for some question and answer, and thank you all. Sorry again for that glitch. I wasn't aware that the micro, I have a problem with my mic. Thank you.
Hey, no problem, Slim. You know it's a live event when something like this happens. And I think that's much better for community to have live events where we can have some actual interaction than to do a whole bunch of pre-recorded sessions. So, you know, there's a little risk and a little reward there. So for any of you who have any specific questions for Slim, please put those into the Q&A chat right now. We do have about 5 minutes here. So I'm sure Slim, who loves to talk, would like some good questions from you folks. You know, we've got several hundred people online here. Surely somebody is going to have a question about what you're talking about. And oh, we got a good job, Slim, on the chat for you. So somebody liked what you had to say there. So I'll ask you one to get it started. Of the 5 phases, is there one of those phases in business that you think Snowflake helps the most with? If you can't do it anywhere else in the life cycle of the business, where do you really need to jump in?
I think the first phase, right? Whatever you call it, actually the startup phase, basically, right? Because do contrast with the traditional data warehouse. Where you need actually to buy hardware, to buy software, to predict how much you will use in the worst day of the year. That's to hire expert people. So that's all actually becoming actually a challenge. So it's added to the challenge of the cost itself, even if you have the money. So there is a procurement cycle. So I think that's the phase actually where it helps the most. And as we saw, we mentioned 5, if you do remember, and you will have the slides, 5 specific feature of Snowflake. And I think the most beautiful one of them, or combined, is that you have, this is a cloud service. So versus a product that you usually had in the past. which happen in the cloud. So basically, you need your credit card to to just get going. So that's typically it. So you start a business with just swiping your credit card. How about that? Yes, please.
Yeah. Okay. So we actually have a couple questions now. James is asking, you mentioned Snowflake as a cloud data platform versus a data warehouse. Can you talk about how it can be used for applications?
Yeah, of course, actually. So the idea here, I can even go back to that slide if you want. So the idea here we go. So first, I will say actually shameless plug that there is an article which goes into details, right? Now, in a couple minutes, let me give you a concrete example. So you can build a data application. So in the past, a data warehouse is used mainly for getting data from different data sources, aggregating them, and create reports. And most of the time, they are actually outdated. I'm sorry, right? Now, Snowflake can open the door to a new type of use cases, a data application, where because it can support that data, and it can integrate also with. First, it has sophisticated, actually advanced analytics function. Sometimes you don't need to, that we'll call cheap machine learning, sorry, without even using. And also if there is a need to integrate with data science and machine learning, it's there out of the box. So this way, so this is different from a data warehouse. I will give you another example now with Snowpipe, right, which is an excellent feature. And my first talk on Snowflake, I was actually demoing this live, although the demo we did not want that great, but I think this is differentiator. So what you can do what I call just-in-time data warehousing. I have a client, I cannot mention it here, with these 700 attendees or so, who major logistics company, Fortune 100, and they are actually monitoring their trucks in the field. And the requirement was to have the analytics within 2 minutes. So we did deliver. So here, tell me how we'll do this in the context of a data warehouse. Yes, please. Thank you.
All right. Thanks. That's great. So we got like just 2 minutes left. There's a bunch of questions come in, which we'll have to answer offline. But one interesting question, as a data hero, what new feature of Snowflake are you most personally excited about?
Yeah, actually, not a specific. First, actually, as a user, I think I'm excited about the ease of use. So that's one actually. So that's maybe not a specific technical feature, but I have a challenge here as a data hero to keep up with all the features that keep coming. So I prepared a draft of an article that I will be sharing soon with this even upcoming new feature of Snowflake that was actually launched on June 2nd, if I'm not mistaken. So a couple days before I said, okay, now I'm up to date. After that actually, big event on June 2nd, I said, no, okay, I'm not now. I need to get up to date. So I won't say I have, as I said, ease of use is that's what I like the most. But the thing is coming from the Hadoop world. I used to work for Hortonworks in the past, actually. So I was one of the early adopter of Hadoop technology here in Chicagoland, and also I brought it to a financial company. I like also that that it helps me because I did suffer when I was working in that Hadoop world, and especially for that semi-structured data and all that type of thing like a schema on read. I like this feature because as I said, I did suffer in the past in the Hadoop world, although I was one of the experts. I saw how easy it is to use in the context of Snowflake. I hope this helps. Yeah.
It does. Well, thank you very much, Slim. We are out of time for you. I really appreciate your time and your expertise. After you're off, as we move on to our next presenter, there's a whole bunch of questions in the Q&A. So if you can take a look over there and maybe answer a few of those real time, that'd be awesome.
Sure. Thanks a lot. Good
All
luck
right.
for all the other presenters. Bye.
Thank you.